All right, y'all. Comics Plus, Akasan here. We gotta talk about this House of the Dragon episode. Like, I just got finished watching it like 30 seconds ago. I did my reaction. We will. I'm gonna start editing it really soon, but obviously it's gonna take some time because we also have some anime that we need to watch, Spy Family and some other stuff. Spy Family and My Hero Academia for Patreon here, and then we got Chainsaw Man coming out really soon. We'll give a review on that later because I think that's the only thing I can do at this point. But we got to talk about this episode, so we might as well just watch this inside the episode at with HBO, dude. I'm Yo, if you haven't watched the latest episode, please watch it. And why does nothing like I cannot bring up like anything now anymore? All right, we're all set. Here we go. Let's go. Inside the episode. I'm still
This
shocked.
episode feels like a darker time in the world of House of the Dragon. The Targaryens burn their dead with dragons when their time passes, so the Valyrians commit their dead to the sea.
Okay. This dude really was like looking at them like crazy too. It was funny.
This was one of the first scenes that we filmed. It's interesting to see it at this point in the story because they didn't really know each other that well, and they do feel a bit estranged. They're on different pages.
You know, kind of weird. I did not. I mean, I think I was saying something during the reaction, but I did not see all those dragons at the top. I feel like the original edit, the original premiere version, I kind of want to go back, and I did not see all those dragons flying around. Very interesting.
It's
Look at that! Wow. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 dragons. Okay.
At this point in the story, because they didn't really know each other that well, and they do feel a bit estranged. They're on different pages. Everybody's here in this alien place at a funeral.
Allison,
really
mad, mean mugging,
really
dude.
well for the episode because it does just
look at
everybody apart in a way.
They're gonna show Allison just the way she was looking the whole time.
It's a
She's
very
like,
long scene. I think there's about 5 different kind of little stories happening in a set of about 40.
this kid. I like this kid. He's a dick, but I actually like him. But that probably means he's gonna die next, dude. He's gonna grow up to be an asshole, I'm sure. But I actually, for this show, I liked him, and I didn't like what he did, but I liked what, I like how it went down.
They haven't seen each other since he banished him again for robbing his daughter's innocence and saying horrible things to him. But Viserys has gone through some stuff and his health is failing, and I think he's feeling more like he wants family around him now than he probably was when he sent Daemon away.
It's time that you came home. Brother.
The multitude of conversations are really about a family that has been somewhat blown apart, trying to find solace in each other, trying to a certain extent to forgive each other for all their past wrongdoings. And yet, in the center of that is Rhaenyra and Daemon.
Is it really?
Here they are together,
is it really?
Both having lost someone, both grieving, and the chemistry between them is as strong as before.
This is for, like, I'm not a big fan of this ship. I know it's huge. I know it's a huge thing. It's supposed to be like, there's supposed to be, I guess, the Romeo and Juliet of Westeros or something. I don't know. A freaky incest Targaryen stuff. But, God, this scene was shot so beautifully. Like, I'm sure when I watch, like, I have to watch it on my computer for the reaction, but when I rewatch it with my girl, I really want to see. Unfortunately, Unext does not pump it out as well as the 4K HBO Max that I prefer. But I would love, I cannot wait to see how beautiful it looks like. There's certain scenes, especially the scene at the end, that's the contrast. Like, if I turn off the lights, maybe it's a little, okay, it is a little bit better. So that has a lot to do with it. Oh my god, yeah, it's a huge difference. Okay, but this scene was shot so beautifully, dude.
There's a kind of massive, unprocessed, unresolved boulder in the room. Abandonment is something
White
that
elephant.
happen on repeat to her. It
Okay.
happens with her
True,
mom, it
true,
happens with
true.
her dad, it happens with Alicent, it happens with Daemon, and looking that wound in the eye, I think, is what happens in this scene. Rhaenyra and Daemon are made of the same stuff. That's why they're a terrible match. Added to it, when Rhaenyra's made heir,
True.
she essentially takes everything.
Genetically,
from
too.
Daemon. And
Right.
yet her attraction goads her to go to the heart of that envy. I think there's a dangerous chemistry.
Yeah. Then we have this.
They really did want to
method.
dramatize the
Yeah.
claiming of a dragon, and this little kid on the biggest dragon in the world felt like the best way to do that.
I like it. It was
He's
cool.
the only kid on that side without a dragon, and he desperately wants one, and he's been picked on and bullied for not having one. So he
Okay,
finds
so the
himself
little
in
girl, the
funeral
weird-
feeling alone.
So the little weird girl that talks to animals or says she's got a dragon too? That's wild. I need a chart. I really need a chart. If anybody out there knows if there's a good chart of where, like, so now episode 7, there used to be a very good interactive, there actually still is a good interactive episode like where all the legions lie and everything of Game of Thrones. Every season, every episode, they update it, and it's really cool. If there's anything with House of the Dragon, if you guys could recommend, I would love it, because I would love to know. But as typical situations when it comes to this series and Game of Thrones in general, if you Google too much, you'll end up spoiling it for yourself, right? So I would love to know whose dragons belong to every person according to HBO themselves, the HBO show, and not the books, because like I said, you'll end up spoiling something. So I would love to know where everybody lies and what kind of dragons they have and things like that. Because I can barely remember the names of the people or the dragons. All I remember is Caraxes, the Varian, the old dragon that's been there since Aegon's conquest, right? And Longneck, well, whatever Daemon's dragon is. All right.
And detached and sees an opportunity and then goes and seizes it.
Vagar. That was crazy. That was like riding Godzilla.
He's quite an introverted, sad kid who's gone through many hardships. Obviously, when he gets that dragon, his mood changes and he feels like he can do anything he wants. And
Yeah, he
throughout
became
that
like a
game
dick
comes
after
into
that.
play.
Yeah.
It's him.
It's me.
It's
He
me.
is my mother's dragon.
Vhagar has a new rider now.
There's a lot of tension between those two sides of the family, and this is one of the ways that it boils over. That's their mother's dragon. They grew up their whole life around that dragon, and to see somebody from the other side claim it at her funeral, I think it's a real slight.
Yeah, it's a huge fucked up.
It's not
Yeah.
something normal. It's 5 kids absolutely battering each other.
Yeah.
It's mental.
Jesus.
It's all fun and games until somebody loses an eye.
He was about to do it
Comes
too.
into the Hall of Nine, and suddenly there's a clarity. The greens and the blacks just solidify in a way that they hadn't done before.
Who did this?
He attacked me. He attacked
Enough.
me.
Wow. Yeah,
He's a
so
leader, Daemon.
crazy.
I would like the idea that he.
Wait, really? Did you really say he's a leader? This dude's been on the sidelines the entire time. Like with the early, yes, even then. Maybe he leads by example, but I don't know about being an actual leader, man. I don't know about all that. This dude's been on. He didn't even talk. He didn't even console his own children during the funeral. Oof.
He sort of leans. It felt like he was happy.
Oh, sorry. I think he said he's a leaner, not a leader. Okay.
He's a leaner, Daemon. I
Oh,
would
leaner.
like the idea that he sort of leans. It felt like he was happy to watch them all implode.
Hell yeah. He was laughing his
Strange
ass
thing,
off.
because his son's had his eye taken out in a fight with his daughter's children. Again, family stuff, you know.
You know what, Patty? I can't forgive you from the Peaky Blinders, but yeah. Anyways, it's all good. Man. You're still alive,
Viserys has a soft spot and an affection for Rhaenyra.
right?
And even that affects his marriage, that he doesn't stand up for his own children.
For Alison, it's finally boiling over all these years of playing that proper, I will not express myself emotionally in any way, shape, or form, and she loses her shit, and it's a joy to watch.
It's
Allison wants an eye
amazing.
for an eye.
Your Grace. Alison, stay with the king! Hold your ground!
I don't think Rhaenyra is scared of violent pain.
Nah.
And so she's in a
Allow-
position to kind
yeah.
of go.
I totally think she allowed it. She was like, "Yo, let's go, cut me," so everybody will see what a crazy bitch you are, dude.
Allison towards the outcome
Yep.
she's seeking. Now they see you as you
Yep. She's like, "Oh my god."
That place of abandonment is healed. Rhaenyra is found by Daemon, and it allows her to back herself and back her family and sort of walk straight at the accusations as opposed to trying to shield from them.
There is a shift that happens with the death of his sister. When someone you love dies, you start to think about your own life and what you want the rest of it to be. And I think he does have this moment of clarity where he goes, I'm gonna be the person that I thought I was going to be.
I'm so curious about this whole set. This was wild, dude. It was so good though, wasn't it? This entire the rest of the episode is great, but when we shifted into this part, I'm like, all right, man, all right, young Barack Obama, you about to make this happen, man. Okay, you about to be the person, the gay father to your unrelated kids we all wanted you to be, and the emotion that played out after that. Let's go.
What Laenor really wanted was to be set free.
Yeah.
And freedom to him is freedom from the bonds of his nobility. So if he was thought to be dead, that would mean he could go live a free life however he wanted.
Oh my god, they should have played this song. This would have been dope. Honestly speaking, at that time, the song that they were playing right there, at this time, knowing what we knew at that moment in time, it wouldn't have mattered. They might have, you know what? They honestly might have been playing that song, and I wouldn't have known. I was so hot at this point. I was so mad. I was like, nah, F this entire family, dude. You just killed this dude just for being the nice. You just literally complimented him on being the nicest and most honorable dude. And you ended up murking him. So we thought.
Rhaenyra and Daemon bond together and make a marriage pact. It's Targaryen with Targaryen, and the old way is, marrying within the bloodline to keep it pure.
This consummating of their relationship brings with it all the obstacles. Suddenly, with Daemon by her side, Rhaenyra becomes more formidable.
True.
It tells us that Rhaenyra is not going away.
Jesus. It's crazy ass dudes. It's crazy ass people, man. Alright. So the one thing that I was wondering, and I guess you'll get this with the episode later, was like, Laenyr's right, gay prince, gay king consort. Who actually initiated that save? Who actually? Do you think it was Rhaenyra? Was it Rhaenyra's plan? Was it Daemon's plan? Or was it the boyfriend who was hired, right? Or was it a combination of both? I believe, honestly, it was more or less a combination of Rhaenyra and Daemon together. They kind of came up with this. They told Lares, and they were like, yeah. And he was like, all right, cool, I'm down with that, right? Like let's make this happen, let me get the hell out of here, right? And then they paid off the boyfriend, dude. And he was like, yeah, we're good. Because one thing, when it all was going down, the one thing that went by really quickly was the fact that Daemon killed some random guy, like really quickly, like either like a homeless person or like a guard or something. It looked like he was in. I got to go back and check out that episode, but it looked like he was in the actual the 7 stones or 7 layers, 7 conquest, Hall of the 7 conquests or something like that. So I'm assuming they were all kind of in on it together. So that's cool. I hope down the line, the parents are in on it, the parents will be let known that he's free, that he's actually alive, because I would hate for them to be grieving that. Like, that would kill the mother. Rhaenyra? Rhaenyra? No, Rhaenyra, the older, the queen who never was. That straight up would just kill her, dude. Like both of her kids are now dead. Nah, man, she might die of that. So, hopefully they know. Hopefully they will be in on it, because they're gonna need all. Rhaenyra is gonna need all the help that she can get. But what a dangerous game, dude. All of them, man. Woo, woo. And I cannot wait to do this all again next week. Thinking about Ben Affleck here, like. Do it all again next week on the next episode of House of the Dragon, man. Make sure you check out the full reaction. It is on Patreon right now, guys. You gotta see it. And I will start cutting up this episode and have it available for you guys. Nighttime at my time and morning time for the States and such. But I just wanted to put that out there because whoa, what a great episode. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.